going together. That's what needs to happen right here. And it looks like the Zerglings are sort of trying to engage this army, but BlazeUp and I need to come in here. It looks like me neglecting my army way here in the back, pathetically. And BlazeUp, meanwhile, is focusing down that Thor nicely, blinking in and blinking back out. And it looks like BlazeUp is trying to communicate telepathically with me. Foosk, move your army with me. Make yours attack at the same time mine attacks. Meanwhile, I'm just back here macroing up, being a noob. And now Pink is taking out Purple's expansion in the middle, and that's going to be huge trouble. Are we going to be able to ward this off? It looks like Cyen does have a bunch of Mutalisks in there, which have been annoying us, but it looks like Red is going to be able to take that out with his Stalkers, and now a big engagement here in the middle. The Zerglings trying to get onto these Pink Stalkers here. Pink blinking those away nicely. Going to probably get another blink out of these in the front. No, going to be pulling back. There's the blink, but now the Thor is stuck all by himself, getting surrounded by Zerglings and picked off easily. So we are going to be able to force that attack back. Although the damage has been done, Purple's main is completely annihilated. His natural is mostly annihilated, but he does have this brand spanking new hatchery at the high yield, so we'll see if he can get back in this game. Because meanwhile, Blue is going to be continuing to pressure Cyen's base. He does have all these Mutalisks though, and now a bunch of Hydralisks and Roaches out for Orange. So that attack is going to get warded back very easily. And it seems like we are in big trouble. If we look at the army sizes right now, we can see there's some pinging going on, so I want to make sure I don't miss any action up there. But the army sizes overall actually seem pretty even. I believe this divides straight down top 4, bottom 4 as far as the teams go. So pretty even. The bottom team may be slightly ahead because Purple, as you can see, has no army. And so I'm going to go back and leave the production tab on. But as BlazeUp now and me are trying to force the issue on this base with a group of Marines, Marauders, and a bunch of Stalkers, the tank going up in the back to try and pick away at these buildings. Probably should have left that out of siege mode and pulled him up further. But going to be focusing down to pylons, taking out these production buildings in the back as Red's now pressing with the Stalkers up here. And a big engagement up here, getting bad positioning right here by Red, and he realized that, so he's blinking out and letting my units come out to support. On all these Marines and Marauders are going down. He is pulling back and I am not, and that is bad teamwork, mostly by me. But it looks like I'm going to lose all my units here, and now blinking their Stalkers up to try and pick off these Thors. This tank in the back, meanwhile, is doing a lot of splash damage, and that is adding up quickly. But now this tank is just going to be sacrificed. Need to get rid of this medevac, and it looks like maybe no, and not controlling that battle. Another, as you guys can see, I am by no means a pro level player. It looks like AndrewL going to be building a command center way over here to probably lift off and start mining up top. But I wonder if he even sees. I need to check the vision right now. Does the bottom team see? They do know about this because Cyen has a bunch of Mutalisks killing everything, though. There is a Spore Crawler back up here, and I need to go back to everyone's vision because it looks like Blue is now going to be pressing green space again, except he has a bunch of Hydralisks this time, so that is going to do a ton of damage and rip through these Mutalisks very quickly. Look at those Hydralisks just tearing those apart, and meanwhile, the Zerglings are going to be going after this hatchery. And Blue, a nice attack here while the other army's out of position. Meanwhile, Orange and Yellow have been trying to press our main area here. And it looks like just finishing off that extractor and sort of chilling here, wondering what to do. It looks like I'm going to siege up and stim up and try and do as much damage as I can to this army right here. Though I probably should have waited for Red to engage, because now this would have been a way more powerful attack if I had waited and engaged at the same time as Red. But still, we are able to pull that back because so many Stalkers. Blinking up for BlazeUp. Only one armor upgrade on the Stalkers, so no upgrades really, I don't think, around the board just yet. Though this game still may have some ways to go, and it looks like those that burrow Orange is trying to burrow his units to save them there, but there was detection because of that Spore Crawler, so that was ineffective. And now going to be rejoining this a couple of Marines and a Thor here in the back. It looks like BlazeUp does have a nice spread on those Stalkers, so now he's going to blink into him and focus down this Thor and clean that army up. So we have been able to hang on to this front base, at least Blue's base, and against a couple of assaults here. And now Yellow, we see, does have his base going up on that hill up here, and he is fully going on this island expansion. Looks like my saturation, meanwhile, is meager. And just now throwing down 4 mules as I happen to look at that base. And And it looks like Pyknotic, he's got a lot of Zerglings on the field, and these Stalkers are going to come around the back to ward off. I wonder if there was some Mutalisks back there. I'm not sure why he brought his Stalkers all the way around the back here, but we'll see if he maybe is going to try and blink up top here and kill that command center. But there are so many Stalkers now for Red, chasing down this smaller group of Stalkers by Pink. And Pink, forced to fall back, needs some help from his teammates. Where are his teammates right now? Yellow had just lost the majority of his army in that last attack, but he does have 5 more Thors on the field, though those are so slow. How much damage is going to be done by the time they can reinforce, because there is a ton of Zerglings and Stalkers now in Pink's base, doing so much damage and killing all his producing structures, all the warp gates going down. And now it looks like Pink, knowing that he has no chance in that fight, is bringing his Stalkers back down here. And we'll see, it looks like Yellow is going to be trying to engage us with his Thors, but falling back and not doing any kind of damage. Now he's going to have to turn around and fight, because these Stalkers are so much faster, and with that blink, and these Stalkers focusing down the Thors, just annihilating them so quickly. Now there's cannons down here in the back, and that's going to be very annoying. Needs to probably focus down this, or maybe just blink down there and kill those cannons. But instead, going to be killing these Thors as they come out. So that's a huge loss, picking those Thors off one at a time. And Yellow is going to be in big trouble right now. It looks like Green has been, meanwhile, harassing the crap out of us back here. It looks like I was able to push back those Mutalisks with a small group of Bio army, and all my Marines, or all my medevacs now falling back to the cover of these Marines. And these Mutalisks, I swear, are so annoying. Look at that, shooting down, trying to pick away at these buildings down here. Gonna fly back into the, now I remember, now I remember, okay. The reason I had no saturation before was because the Mutalisks had flown in there and annihilated everything. Then so in desperation, threw up a couple missile turrets, and that is going to ward them back. But it looks like a ton of SCVs here stuck in my mineral line doing practically nothing, so I was trying to get this base going up here. I was trying to possibly load SCVs into some medevacs and unload them up there, but we'll see. I don't want to follow me too much because I am a complete noob. Meanwhile, Red is totally keeping us in this game with his brilliant Stalker play, and now blinking up with the vision from SenseiKensei and taking out Yellow's base that he built here up in this high ground. So it looks like my team maybe now with the upper hand, though nobody has that much on the field. Excuse me, I take that back. Orange has a ton of Hydras here and Roaches, and looks like there's going to be an engagement here between Hydras and Stalkers, and Hydras are going to just rip through these Stalkers. The Stalkers trying to fall back and get off of this creep, and they are, and Red's going to wisely realize that with this many Hydralisks, he is in trouble. But Orange is going to be chasing him down with his Speedlings and trying to pick them off, and Red now spreading his Stalkers, trying to kill as many of these units as he can, but he needs to keep moving because there's so many. There's no way he can take on this army by himself, so he is falling back, hoping for some kind of reinforcements. He looks like he's warping in some more Stalkers of his own. It looks like I need to get my army down there to help him quickly. I had to lift this off for some reason. It looks like Pyknotic, meanwhile, with a ton of Hydras of his own. And this engagement is continuing up here. And Red just running his Stalkers all around the map, losing so many of them, though, to this chasing army. And he's just blinking around, trying to get away, trying to buy time right now until one of us can help him. And looks like the only one that may be able to is me. But where is my army? Still just sitting in my base, finally going to be moving over. It looks like I was loading up SCVs into my medevacs to try and get another base going because I need more income. And now still Red is just running circles around this main 4 bases. And now finally looks like I'm going to be engaging back here, or I may have missed most of that. And that looks like with the help of Blue, he is going to be able to push back this gigantic Zerg army. And I did not see, the reason why I was not there helping was because me and Purple were busy doing a number on the main of Orange in the back. So at least I feel a little better that I wasn't completely useless right now. And if I remember right now, I think I made sort of an interesting decision or an interesting play. So I want to cover me because I did load all these units up in medevacs and gonna come in. There's 6 Vikings here, I think, and they're gonna be picking off my drops just before I can get rid of most of my units. But I was able to get a few. I lost so much army in the air right there from those Vikings, but I was able to land a group of Marines and Marauders, and there is nothing on the ground to defend us. AndrewL is going to be landing his Vikings to try and push this back, stimming up again though to focus down these Vikings. And it looks like my Marines are going to be able to kill these Vikings that are in the air and going to just start picking off the island expansion of AndrewL with this small remaining group of bio in the back. So that could prove fruitful in the future of this game. We'll see. As it looks like Red now going to try and group up more Stalkers to make possibly a final push here. Yellow, meanwhile, is the creep is encroaching on his barracks, which is just chilling at the Xel'Naga watchtower. And it looks like I left my tanks in Red's base, and he reminded me of that. So thank you there, BlazeUp. Thank you for that reminder right there. Meanwhile, this little group of 3 Marines and 2 Marauders is going to force all of these buildings to lift off and fly around. And it looks like we are going to be taking this game because now Red, with a group of Stalkers in the main area here, need to probably be going after Cyen's base, though he's throwing down a ton of spine crawlers because that is what else can he do at this point with his teammate Yellow now has nothing going. And if we check the army size right now, it looks like my team with a huge advantage. So this is going to be a game because there's no way they can come back against this kind of army size. But I know this was not nearly the level of play that we have been accustomed to seeing from Protech and company. But I did want to cast a game with a bunch of players. How about a 4v4? And I know that I say this wrong because I thought it was good, and this game did turn out to be. I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So I'll continue to save some team games that I thought were good, and I will possibly cast some more of those in the future. So I know this was a little bit different. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Watching me play Foosk. I know I'm pretty much new, but I'm definitely enjoying myself playing this game. It's so much fun. And thank you guys for watching. This is Irie StarCraft, and peace out.